This is the Fortymile caribou hunt. The hunting area stretches 300 miles from the interior of Alaska all the way to the Canadian border. Every year, Alaska's Department of Fish and Game release a quota for Alaskans to go out and harvest a caribou. The quota is determined by the herd size and health, which can drastically fluctuate from year to year. In the 1920s, the herd was believed to have reached a size up to 500,000, and then dropped as low as 5,000 in the 1970s. The population slowly grew back to around 23,000 in the 90s and continued to slowly grow into the 2000s due to favorable weather conditions and wolf mitigation efforts. By 2017, the herd had reached around 80,000 caribou. Now at a glance, it may sound good that the herd is regaining size, but research showed that when the herd had reached over 50,000, they actually started to struggle. They had hit a point where the habitat couldn't fully support their size. The herd was beginning to suffer nutritionally from overgrazing. Since then, the herd has dropped back down a ways to around 30 or 40,000 caribou. I wanted to preface all this to show that the caribou herd goes through natural cycles, and Alaska's Fish and Game work diligently to monitor the caribou and do what they can to maintain a healthy herd size, while also giving Alaska residents the opportunity to harvest a caribou. So that brings us to the beginning of this hunt. 100 miles up the Steese Highway, opening day of the fall 2024 caribou hunt.
It's currently 7 a.m., making some distance up a hill. We have heard very mixed things as far as reports go for this hunt up here. Originally, they closed it by emergency order, that there was too many caribou and there was a risk of overhunting. And then they reopened it saying they had moved off. So we figured they're a little more sparse, but there's still plenty out here. But we just saw Wes that we ran into 4 years ago when we were up here, and he said they were up here the other day and were glassing all around and saw nothing, not a sign of a single thing. So don't know what's gonna happen, if we're gonna even see anything, but we're out here and hopefully we will see something. We'll let you know.
We spent the day hiking and glassing the hills, and after a productive day of sightseeing, we decided it was time to move. With the consensus that the herd was moving east, we decided to move east as well, and make the haul up the Taylor Highway. From Fairbanks, it can take about 8 hours of driving to get to the hunting grounds. So the first night, we made camp at the West Fork Campground, which is just shy of Chicken.
Where are we? What are we doing? Name and occupation. Name and occupation.
My name is Sarah. My occupation is
The next morning we got up and continued northward. The drive was slow and bumpy, and we were constantly stopping to glass every hill that we could see, until we had reached a place where we had a successful harvest years ago. After hours of hiking and glassing the hills and seeing nothing but beautiful tundra and pretty rocks, we decided to continue driving up the Taylor Highway. And eventually we reached the end of the highway, which lands you at Eagle, a community that sits right on the banks of the Yukon River. There, we connected to the library Wi-Fi to try to get a little more information about the caribou whereabouts. But not being able to find anything too helpful, we decided to head back to the hill we had been hiking and make a true American dinner. After a delicious MRE dinner and looking at caribou-shaped bushes, we decided it was time to head back to the truck and crawl in bed for the night. But little did we know that the night was just getting started.
Wow.
Ian, it's crazy over here.
Oh my god.
I can't believe it's purple on the bottom.
It's really running. Like, I feel like it's really rare that I see it like, ooh. Yeah.
I've been glassing for the last 2 hours now and just haven't seen anything. Occasionally I'll see a little something and I'm like, what is that? I'll really focus on it, guys. Yeah, it's just a bush or a rock, but no boo. I haven't seen any caribou. Don't know if we're early or if we're late or we need to be moving around more. Not sure. Just gonna keep our eyes out. Hopefully we do see something. After 3 days of hiking, glassing, and driving around, and the only thing we were successfully harvesting being blueberries, we decided it was time to head home and try again another day. It is October 27th, opening day of the winter 40-mile caribou hunt. Colton and I are out here.
Hi.
Looking good, Colin.
Thank you.
Gonna be riding snowmachine back a ways and hoping to find some caribou. Bring some meat home for the ladies. Yeah. Let's get after it. Sounds like snow drifts get pretty thick up there, so those guys are turning around.
We'll make her. We got a shovel and a winch.
We rode for miles all over the snowy tundra, and yet we didn't see a single caribou. So we decided to head down off the hills and try another area. But on our way down, we ran into a couple hunters that we had seen on the way up, and they said they had just seen a group of caribou crossing the trail running up the hill. And so with their blessing, we turned around and ripped back up towards the hills. We rode along the ridgeline until we got to an area where we believed we might see them. And lo and behold, we did. But we quickly realized why they didn't want to pursue. All the caribou appear to be cows, or if there was a bull among them, it was a young bull, and we wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the cows. But just as fast as we found them, they picked up on our scent and started taking off. But then, right when we thought we were all out of luck, this happened.
After we saw those cows, we went back to get the snow machine to follow them, try to figure out if there was a bull among them. But while we were getting the snow machine, we saw an actual nice bull, and Colton took a shot. And we think it hit, but we're not totally sure. So we're hiking up to find out. Judging by the fact that he's hooting and hollering, I'm gonna take it as a yes. Let's go! We fucking did it, dude! Hell yeah! Woo! Dude, that's a nice bull. Oh yeah, man.
Hopefully we'll get one more.
Yeah. Woo! Got the caribou loaded up.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, we are just out here, but it's about 3 o'clock now. I think we're about 8 miles out, so yeah, we're gonna head back now.
That's good.
This was one of the most difficult and yet rewarding hunts I've been on. From traveling hundreds of miles and spending days not seeing any caribou, just to be lucky enough that another hunter would give us a tip that would lead us to a successful harvest. We even went back out a couple days later to try and get another caribou and fill my tag. We covered nearly 50 miles that second day, and yet we didn't see any caribou. This hunting season has helped me realize that sometimes all that really matters is getting lucky and staying persistent.
I think I nailed this.
That is so good. I feel truly blessed to end this season with a new hunting buddy and a freezer full of meat. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
Simply put, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Sit. Good boy. You just tooted? Bro! Mm. Mm-mm-mm.